Jeopardy, Joe Mazzulla. Coach, what's going on?
What's up, guys? How are you?
How you doing?
We're doing great.
Great. That was creative. I appreciate that.
We tried.
All right.
Joe Mazzulla is brought to you by Amica Insurance, the exclusive auto, home, and life insurance partner of the Boston Celtics. All right, come on. Give us a little something on this Jeopardy appearance that you had the other night. Not you personally, but you were mentioned. It's got to be kind of cool. Just a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah.
Do they fact check that with you, Joe? Like, do they someone from Jeopardy get in touch with your people? Like, hey, is this true?
I had no idea that was going to happen. No idea.
I mean, that is a legendary program that is still going strong despite losing its host.
That's bucket list.
A couple of years ago. I mean, to be mentioned in a clue, I think you should be flattered if you're not already.
Well, thank you for the perspective.
All right. You sound.
It came at a bad time. Came at a bad time.
I know. It would have been better if it had happened last night. If the Jeopardy clue was last night and it was the same night that you guys had a big win and, you know, the Jays had a big night and Peyton Pritchard continued to impress everybody. Now, last night would have been a better time for it.
Yeah, like they asked me about it before the game and I was like, buddy, you know, we just lost. So, you know.
So it is that, huh? You seem like you've tightened it up a little bit since you were on with us and you talked about bringing the fighting back and handing out coins on the street. Does anybody mention anything to you about that?
No, but
from the league,
on a smaller scale, on a smaller scale, I do like where the game is at from a physical standpoint, and I think the game is it's a physical game, and there's a lot of contact, and I think the refs are handling it really well. So I really like the physicality of the game so far. I don't know about you guys.
Well, yeah, I mean, anytime there's more contact, and I hate the ticky-tack calls, regardless of what sport you're watching. Like, I think you should let them play a little bit more at all levels.
Yeah, we definitely have. It's been fun. I think it's been great. The games have been intense in that capacity, so yeah, I've enjoyed it.
You know, some of the guys that talk, Joe, when you got on the plane to go down to New York, that you're upset about the Atlanta game, the team was, and you didn't like the effort, the energy, the way you guys came out. Was last night a response to what transpired against Atlanta?
I mean, in some ways, yeah. I think it's a response. I think, again, things like that are going to happen over the course of a long season. Games where we don't have our best. And so, you obviously want to be upset about that. It's important to. But I think more importantly is how quickly can you bounce back? How quickly can you get back to being who you are and being what you're about? And so, to credit to the guys, I thought they handled it really well. And we were able to kind of get back to the best version of ourselves. And that's what I think the regular season is just a battle of how long can you stay to the standard of what we are. And when you slip out of it, how quickly can you get back?
Do you get the sense that your players do care about competing in the NBA Cup?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I think I get the sense that they care about just competing in general. Again, it doesn't mean that it's always going to go your way. It doesn't mean we're not going to have off nights, but one of the things that I love just coming in every day is just I trust the character of our guys and I trust the competitive character of what they do. So I definitely think they do. Yeah,
it's pretty cool to see the floor though. You know, with the trophy there and everything. Like that's
I like this year's design.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it.
Is your son excited? The one in high school for the cup? Is he excited for the cup?
My oldest?
Yeah. The oldest one in high school. No.
He's got a big game tomorrow night. Zavarian.
I know.
Friday night.
Hey,
he's got a big game.
Dude, the quarterback you guys are going up against, tell him don't fall asleep on this kid. He's the best in the state.
He's been watching film, so he's we're ripping him apart in the film room.
Yeah, Lopez is good, dude. Really good.
Yeah, should be a good game.
Yeah.
Have you watched
nothing like high school football. It comes down like situations. Oh. Nothing more important.
Is there anything like when you're at the game? Does it drive you nuts? Like, why are they in this coverage? Or
I mean, I don't know a ton about coverages as far as like what the names of them called. Yeah. But the situational stuff does, like, whether it's a penalty, whether you don't get out of bounds when you're supposed to. I'm always interested in the one of like when it's a close game, should you let the other team score so you can get the ball back?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm always interested in that one because it comes up in basketball, and we've done it a couple times. But, like, do you want to foul on purpose a poor free throw shooter? Do you want to foul on purpose so that you can get the last shot?
Yeah, are you a foul guy when you're up 3, like under 7 seconds?
Yeah, but I'm talking more like it's at the end of the quarter. You're on defense. You didn't get the 2-for-1. Should you foul a poor free throw shooter so you get the last shot? Maybe you win the quarter 2-1 or 3-1 or 3-2. But that's like in football. You see the games where they let the guy score so you can get the ball back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like those.
All right. So if you were going to coach another team in town for a day, Patriots, Bruins, Red Sox, which one would you want to do?
Oh, that's a fun one.
All right.
I was thinking the Revolution.
No, you can't take the Revs because we know that's what you'd answer with. You'd be like, I'll go coach soccer. We know you love soccer. That's why I asked it the way I did.
You ever watch hockey at ice level, Joe? At that level?
I've never watched hockey.
Oh my God! It's a different world when you're down on ice level.
It's got to be one of the 4 big American major sports, and soccer is 5th in this country.
For now.
For now, sure. I've been hearing that my entire lifetime. I'm waiting for it to emerge, but it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
I don't know. Baseball, I feel like I got ADD. I wouldn't be able to sit still. I would just get so bored. I couldn't do baseball. Yep. Probably football. Probably Patriots.
Like that. Nice.
Yeah.
Do you seen any tape on Drake May? You've been scouting him. How do you think he's been playing?
I haven't.
Yeah. I heard there's some minuses he had last week.
He looks pretty good to the people in this room.
At the Milwaukee, we had the game on. Who did they play? The Bears.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got to watch that game before the Milwaukee game.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Hey, so if your high school team makes it to the Super Bowl and ours does, we'll have to split a box at Gillette for that night, buddy.
If that happens, I'm not talking to you.
Well, we won't play each other. We're different divisions.
Different
divisions. We want you. You don't want us. That's.
But if we're playing you, I'm not talking to you.
No, you'll be playing.
I don't even want you.
You'll be playing the same night, but you'll be playing other teams. Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah.
You're going to eventually
we're playing against each other.
Yeah, you'll probably get St. John's Prep in the final.
Okay. Yeah, because if we were playing your team the week leading up to it, I wouldn't talk to you.
Yeah, I wouldn't speak to you either. I would. Yeah. I would step out of the interview for 5. You know?
I wouldn't answer your questions.
That's fine.
I respect all of you for your opinions on this.
It's fine.
It's pretty great.
I know where you live. I know what you drive, Joe.
Yeah. Joe, we were talking about the NBA Cup and the format, and we were playing your comments yesterday, and I just wanted to know that if the NBA Cup were to move to a true standalone tournament and be separate from the year, would you be in favor of single elimination bracket style? One of the ideas that's been kind of kicked around, and we were talking about it yesterday, is once the league expands a little bit and goes to 32, there could be a 32-team bracket. Ooh. Win, you move on. Lose, you go home, just like the NCAA tournament.
I would rather it be like a group play thing, like Champions League.
There's that soccer influence again.
Yeah.
The problem with the group play, though, in my opinion, is that you end up with games that don't matter in group play. And you end up having teams that are not going to make it out of their group that still have to play, and it's still part of the tournament, yet it's not really significant. It's just then it is just another regular season game.
Well, you got to fill the games, I guess. You have to fill it. Like, what if you did like 72 and 10? So you have to fill a 10-game tournament.
Okay.
Would you like a stoppage and play in the season to where, say you guys are rolling and they end up doing this, like after the Super Bowl, where there's like that lull before the Super Bowl and the NCAA tourney? Would you like a stoppage of play where you get out of your regular season flow and get into something like this?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure every sport wants a version of another sport, but like I think it's really cool in soccer and even basketball overseas where you're playing 3 leagues at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Tuesday's a cup game, but Saturday might be a domestic league game. Like that shift in psychology and balance and all that is really fun.
Yes, and that was kind of my point. Like when you get into the later stages of group play and teams are out of it and these games don't count in the standings for anything, how does the league stop teams from this? Again, this is not a Celtics problem, as we've talked to you about before, but teams that are just saying, well, forget it. We're going to rest our veterans. We're going to rest our superstars. We're not really going to put anything into this game because it doesn't matter for either team and it doesn't matter in the standings for the year. Just from a competitive standpoint.
But when you it's always cool studying those games, and you'll see like sometimes if it's like an FA Cup or a Carabao Cup, and it's like you still want to win it. Sometimes the superstars do rest, and to me that validates, your team, your bench, your roster. It validates that even more.
I think there's a higher level of pride in some of those leagues that maybe wouldn't exist.
Exactly.
Right? There's a pride factor that needs to develop.
Your approach would be so much better than others.
It would take time to develop that pride, but it would take time to develop that pride, but I think it would get there. You know what I mean?
I actually think history, as I've said before, is going to be kind to the NBA Cup in that it may not seem like a big deal now, but I don't think this tournament is going anywhere. And in 10 or 15 years, you might look back and say, this means more now, and people will look back historically and say, hey, the Lakers won the first one. Wow, that was really important. May not have felt super important at the time, but in time it might actually be a bigger deal.
Yeah.
Oh, I definitely think it will be. And like I said, I love the idea of it. It's fascinating. Imagine having like 3 NBA Cups, like you're playing. What do they do in Europe? It's like 50, maybe like 35 domestic league games and then like 3 other cup games.
I want to perfect the first one before we go to 3. You're way ahead of us on this.
It'd be cool if we got if there was like a Champions League in the NBA where like you played EuroLeague teams, or you played you play teams from different countries. Like that would be cool too.
Yeah, what's cool? Like the European trophies are neat. Like they're different. Like, you could walk around the North End with, like, this new cup if you win it. Do that again. You bring it in studio and show it to us.
I only have one more because we're getting yelled at. We're behind a little bit. But I was going to say, do you support relegating teams in American professional sports?
So I don't know the relegating, but the loan system would be interesting to investigate.
So players would be on loan coming to the NBA or coming to...
Or within teams.
Oh, okay. I don't love that.
Yeah, like...
Wait.
You said you don't?
No, you're just stealing all the soccer ideas.
I mean, it's a good system. I mean, get a player on loan. Because it prevents you for situations where, like, if you have to put a guy into a trade that you still kind of believe in, but you have to do it, you could loan, look what happened to Cole Palmer.
So it wouldn't be...
Would you loan someone Peyton
Palmer.
Pritchard?
Like a Cole Palmer situation, like a guy's good, but you end up, he ends up getting let go, and now you're like, dang. But he was on loan initially, I think.
All right. Huh. Well, now we're getting way into topics.
Let's get deep.
Think we were gonna. Now I want to think about that. How
we got to bounce.
How it would feel.
He's got to go.
All right, Joe. Appreciate
Joe, thank you, bud. Thanks.
Hey, great to talk to you guys.
All right, see you later.
Go get the cup. See you, Joe.